Welcome to the 19th part of the tutorial series. In the previous video, we looked at the self-join and the union operator in SQL. In this tutorial, we are going to look at the having clause in SQL. The having clause was added to SQL because the where keyword cannot be used with aggregate functions. Let's connect to our database. Open a new query editor. As per tradition, we change our working database. Okay. The having clause in SQL is used to filter groups after aggregation, typically in combination with the group by clause. Let's look at the syntax. The syntax will say select column or columns, then there has to be an aggregate function on the column or columns from the table. Then you group by the column or columns, then the having clause, which is a condition clause. This is a simple syntax for the having clause in SQL. We said it's used to filter groups after aggregation. So we are doing aggregation on certain columns. We group them, then we filter using the having clause. We can't use the where when we are referring to the aggregation function as a filter. But here we can use the where. We can use the where here. We can use the where clause there to filter what we get. We filter that one, we group them, and then we filter what we have grouped with respect to the aggregation. So where filters rows before grouping, having filters groups after grouping and aggregation. You must use having when referring to aggregation functions like sum, count, or average. There are so many aggregation functions out there. So let's see. If we were told to say list the number of customers in each country, what can we do? We say select all from customers. Here we are just checking the customers. We are just checking the customers. These are the customers we have. Now they want us to list the number of customers in each country. We're going to say, copy that one, list, going to say country, number of customers. Remember, we use the aggregate function count. Each customer has got a unique ID, which is customer ID. And alias as number of customers from customers. Let's check what we have. Get an error which says customers.country is invalid in the select list because it is not contained either aggregate. Okay, we forgot to group by since we want the number of customers. in each country. So from customers, then we say group by, it's a country, group by country, like this. Then we execute there. So we have in Argentina, we've got 3 customers, Austria, we've got 2 customers. The reason we got that error, because if we do like this, let me copy and we remove this part. This one is causing an error. So this one, it's like the whole data set, we have Argentina appearing 3 times because we have 3 customers from Argentina. So Argentina is appearing 3 times. So when we do this, remember we are counting. This is an aggregate function. We are counting. There's nowhere we are going to have Argentina with 1 customer, Argentina with 1 customer, again Argentina with 1 customer. That's not the way aggregate functions work. Like in this case, the count. It has to group and then it counts. So we are grouping by the country. It's going to check how many countries do I have. Okay, for example, I've got 5 countries like Argentina, Austria, this up to this one. Okay. It performs a distinct on the country, and then it starts counting how many customers are appearing or are coming from Canada. 3. Or how many times does Canada appear? Okay, Canada appears 3 times, which is equal to the number of customers. So this one is how we do it. Oh, this is the correct syntax, not this one. No wonder we got an error. So we have retrieved the number of customers from each country, but the condition says more than 5 customers. Countries having customers more than 5. This is where now the having comes in. Having how many? This one. The number of customers. We are counting this one. Count having, count customers ID. This one should be greater than 5. Check there. So we are saying we perform the having on the aggregate or on the aggregation function after grouping. So we are getting these customers from this table, and then we group the same result by the country. Then we check which country is having customers more than 5. This is the result. Let's check another one. We want to list employees that have registered more than 5 orders. Wait. We are saying employees and orders. Something has changed. Let's check our database. Northwind, the tables. So we have, there's customers, employees, order details, orders. So we want to use these 2 tables, customers and the number of orders they performed or they registered. So let's check first what we have in these two tables. Let's say employees, this one should be orders table. Simultaneously check. There's employee ID, last name, first name, title, order ID, customer ID, employee ID. So we found that the employee ID is common in both tables. We can join these 2 tables based on this relationship. For example, this order was performed by the employee ID with 5. In here, employee ID with 5 is this guy, Steven, the sales manager. So let's join these two tables based on the employee ID. Okay, just do this, bring down this one. So we are going to say select. Now it's not going to be all. We are going to join the employees table on the orders table and not vice versa. Why? Because the condition says employees who have registered more than 10 orders. So the aggregation is on the orders table. So we say select, let's say last name. Before I say I choose the columns, let me do this. From orders and alias ORD. I like doing this. Okay. Then inner join employees table as emp on emp dot employee ID equals ORD, which is orders dot employee ID. Let's end here. And then we go back here, we say select. We are getting emp dot last name emp dot first name, then our aggregate on the number of orders, which is ORD dot order ID from orders as ORD, which is an alias. Here we're just joining the two tables. Let's see what we get. Get an error. What have we forgotten? Column employees last name is invalid in the select list because it is not contained or performing aggregate functions. So after inner join, since we are counting, so we say group by and just say last name ORD. So emp group by emp dot last name. Remove this part. This error again. Employee first name. Oh God. So remove this guy. There. We are grouping them. So we have grouped all the employees and the number of orders they performed. Number or no column name. No column name. This part as number of orders. Check again. There. Now this one makes sense. So each employee performed these orders, but we want employees with more than, let's say, we can't say 10 because 10 is even less than these ones. Let's say more than 50. More than 50. We use having this count, this aggregate function greater than 50. Check there. Then I copy, paste another one here. Then let's remove this part. Then simultaneously we do this. Let's see what we get. The first one retrieves 9 rows. The second one 7. So this one is less than 50. This one is less than 50. So we expect to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which are these employees. Okay, so let me close and execute just this one. This is what you get. So remember, the having clause was added in SQL because the where clause cannot be used with aggregate functions. We use the where clause before grouping, the having clause after grouping. So we must use the having clause when referring to aggregate functions like sum, count, or average, and other aggregation functions. For today, we end here. If you have any question, leave them in the comment section and I'll make sure I answer them. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe to my channel, and let's meet in the next video.